Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the stuff we did not get to during the course of the show today. And it's the Friday edition of this. Betty Rock has been out today. She took the day off. Then Gavin's out on Monday. And so it's going to be me.
It's a lot of Wally. And
working. Dadgummit. I need to take some days off.
You should.
We got time coming up, though.
I mean, yeah, we have the actual holidays that are right around the corner.
Yes.
Where you will have probably, 3 weeks of time that you enjoy?
Yeah, well, a week off, and then the Christmas for sure. But Betty will be back on Monday, and we'll just kind of dive into some of the stuff here today. Sad news for Gavin. The U.S. District Court in Texas blocked President Biden's student loan forgiveness program on the grounds that the administration did not have the authority to do it. This is the one that you may have heard of or been anticipating for giving $10,000 to $20,000 for singles or married couples, and it looks like it's going to be held up because it was supposed to already start. Like they'd made this big announcement and hey, go to this site at .gov something and you can see if you qualify and blah 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 blah. But apparently it's a new injunction and it was blocked. I guess the program got put on hold like 3 weeks ago and they were still trying to sort it out. But I guess they tried to use the HEROES Act as the precedent, and the HEROES Act was a law to provide loan assistance to military personnel for defending our nation. But the court is saying that it doesn't provide the executive branch, meaning the president, clear congressional authority to create the student loan, $400 billion student loan forgiveness program, because he was trying to do it kind of sidestepping it. Because every president does this. I'm not bashing Biden, but every president tries to maximize their power. They do executive orders when they know they're not going to get something through an opposing Congress or an opposing Senate. So it was one of those things that he did this because he felt it was the right thing to do. Had you done any paperwork yet,
No,
Kevin?
we were going to step on that over Thanksgiving.
I'd still look into it.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Yeah, and still do whatever the paperwork is because you never know how these legal things go. I mean, 1 minute it's off, the next minute it's on. You just don't know.
No, and if it comes back on per se and we do get forgiven, I will be grateful for that. If it for some reason is squashed and it was all just a farce and made us all hope for something, but we still have to pay it, I will still pay my loans because I took those out and I will be responsible. Yeah,
you were planning on doing it. And that's a good attitude to have with it because, if you get a bonus from it, great. But if not, all right, you got to buckle down and get it done. Meta, the parent company for Facebook, is laying off 11,000 people. So it's about 13% of its workforce.
It is interesting because when I hear the number 11,000, I'm like, that is a ton. But then in my head, 13% actually doesn't actually feel like an insanely
because they have
high
over
amount.
100,000 employees, and stuff all around the world. But yeah, they contend that it's faltering revenue and the tech industry woes. And Zuckerberg said in a letter to his employees, unfortunately, this did not play out the way I expected. Not only has the online commerce not returned to prior trends, but the macroeconomic downturn, that's a good word, increased competition and ad signal loss have caused our revenue to be much lower than I expected. I got this wrong, and I take responsibility for that. You're still fired, but I got this wrong. It's like, I mean, it's good that he's owning it, but it doesn't change the fact that 11,000 people are like out of a gig.
It's a lot of people without a job, and it comes on the tail of, I think Elon Musk bought Twitter and they'd laid off a ton of people there. So social media jobs in general seem like they're a little bit cantankerous within that world.
Because what we're going to find out is what I've been saying for years is that it's all inflated. All the social media stuff has always been inflated. The values placed on these companies is insane compared to the revenue that they actually generate. And you can't keep that going forever. You can do it for a little while, but that's why tech bubbles pop. Meta poured $10 billion a year into the Metaverse, which no one even really knows what it is.
No, I have no clue what it is.
Or where to find it.
And then I sit back and I think about how, you've got a company, let's say like Netflix, that does actually ask you to pay for its services, and even they struggle with the finances that they have, and yet none of us actually pay any money for any of these social media apps that we use, so they have to use all of their money from like ads and advertisers. And eventually it does seem like the money's going to run out like it is now.
Well, it's interesting that Zuckerberg is saying that they're shifting away from social media and they poured everything into this metaverse thing.
It's crazy.
Because he still predicts that metaverse is going to be an immersive digital universe, eventually replacing smartphones as the primary way people use technology. Again, I still don't know what that means at all. I have no idea what that means. Is it going to be biometric, or is it going to be we go and we put on these goggles and that's how we're interacting with people all the time? Now, it makes zero sense to me.
Like, how hard are they working to make it so that we don't have to leave our house and we're just going to get closer and closer to like the Disney's WALL-E situation?
We're going to get so disconnected in the future that there will be a revival of because we're wired a certain way. This is the thing I don't think that they realize is that they're forgetting that God made us and that God made us in a way that we are built for community. We're built for people. Look at our lives. We spend our whole lives trying to find the one to spend our lives with, like there's something about that. And social media, you can have 1 million friends, but they don't know you. They don't care about you, and you're the flavor of the month.
Yep.
And so there's not like a lot of deep connection. And so that's the missing part of this. It is technology is technologically advanced as we get, we will get more isolated. And I think maybe you'll see a reversion, to that. Kind of how like people, instead of listening to the highest quality CDs now, they like going back to records because there's a different feel to it and it's more intimate. And
there's a scratch to it.
And it's not perfect, And I think maybe you'll see that eventually when things get too... you see all the dystopian movies about technology running rampant and people going, no, I don't want this. And who knows? That could be the same thing with the Metaverse. So it is kind of sad. They notified everybody by mail.
What?
Yeah, or like email. Not regular mail.
How ironic.
That would have been funny. They notified everybody by email. And like if I was somebody that worked there, I would have kept going into work. Like, I'm sorry, you've been let go. Did you get the email? No, I just assumed that was spam. No, so I'm here to work today.
I heard 11,000 other people got that.
Yeah,
email.
exactly.
I figured it wasn't important.
I guess they're trying to take care of people on the way out. Former employees got 16 weeks of base pay, plus 2 additional weeks for every year they were with the company, and they're giving them their health insurance for 6 months.
It does set them up to find that next job without having to like immediately start, going out and door dashing.
Yeah, even though like getting blown out is never fun. It's always scary, and it's you feel good for the first like maybe a week after, like, oh, I didn't go to work today. This is great. I'm in my pajamas all day, and then a week later you're like, I'm still in my pajamas.
I need to work.
I need something in my life, But at least I think they're handling them well on the way out because companies have the ability to do it well or not, and it seems like they're choosing to do it somewhat well.
If you can put $10 billion into a metaverse that doesn't actually exist, it's good that they can take care of the employees that do exist.
Yeah, you can help out 11,000 people. Jason Momoa, the actor, he recently adopted a pig. I would love to have a pig. But
really?
But the little ones, like the little potbelly pigs.
Yes.
They say they're good pets, and pigs have a reputation for being messy, but that's how they keep their skin cool is why they, but if you have a house that's cool, they don't need to be in the mud.
And I hear they're smart too.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that. Like, I don't know. But
I've never
cute.
tested that theory.
They are, but sometimes people get these pigs and they turn into be these giant pigs, and then they've got to send them to a farm or other places, heaven.
Breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. But Mamoa has a pig, and he loves this pig. And they asked him, they said, hey, are you going to give up bacon now that you have a pig? And he's like, nope, Hawaiians eat a lot of pork. I'm going to keep eating pork. But would you, like, if your pig comes up and wants to have, like, some meals from the table, do you feed him
Just keep them away.
Yeah.
Just keep them away.
Yeah, you're not going to want to see this porky.
Or if you feed them like something like chicken or a burger, is that weird? I do think that like Hawaiian people do have a very cool reverence for like the world and for nature, while also not edging towards liberal, not liberal, but modern vegetarianism or veganism. I can't speak.
Well, it's weird. Like they tend to live if you go back to the purest state of Hawaiian culture, they live at one in harmony with their surroundings, but they use their surroundings, and they use what they've been given, versus some people's viewpoint of that is, like going vegan and not taking anything from any animal or anything like that. And so, yeah, definitely two very different ways to look at it. Yeah, can you see Jason Momoa going vegan and just shriveling away?
You can't imagine, because they had this commercial, like a couple years ago, it was a Super Bowl commercial where he takes off his muscles. Yeah. And you're like, oh no.
And it's that scrawny kid.
Yeah, he's not meant to be that way.
I don't think you can, you have to have protein to get that big.
Oh yeah.
And so, I would love to see a vegan weightlifting competition. Would that not be the best? Or vegan bodybuilding?
It would be fascinating.
I mean, because maybe, and again, I'm not a vegan, so I don't know. Maybe they have found ways to pack on muscle and tone and stuff like that. Yeah, it'd be fascinating to see.
It is interesting because
Google vegan weightlifting, or vegan bodybuilding, and just see if there's any vegan bodybuilders, please.
The vegan bodybuilding diet usually includes many of the following groups: beans and legumes.
Legumes, yeah.
Quinoa, meat substitutes.
No, that's not meat.
Vegan protein powders. This is actually, I was going to say, because when I go and shop for protein powder and proteins, there are a lot of plant-based proteins out there.
Yeah.
But they just don't taste as good. And if you're having a black bean burger, it's not going to taste as good. But I do want to see weight.
But there is protein in it.
There is.
It's not the same as eating a steak. Yeah. Oh, that sounds good today.
But a lot of things, I think people would be surprised by the amount of protein that is in a lot of things. Like if I'm just eating a sandwich or a piece of toast, that has protein in it. Pasta has protein in it. All
peanut
that
butter
stuff has protein in it.
Right. Yeah. I'm just curious. It'd be interesting if they ever had one, or if anybody has ever of note in that world has ever gotten that way.
Whoa.
From eating a vegan lifestyle.
If I just look up vegan weightlifters, there are people that show up. Not names that I recognize.
Yeah. Are they ripped?
Oh yeah. There's a level of just absolute shreddedness.
Really? Well, there you go. Okay.
I would never test the theory of trying to be like that while eating vegan.
Yeah.
But good for them.
All right, Gavin. Birthdays.
I do have birthdays.
Okay, what you got?
Okay, I've got, and I sort of apologize, and I'm hoping that this name sounds okay. It's Nate Tooting.
Bargatze?
No.
Oh.
It's Tooting. Tueting. Twetting?
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. But hey, Nate, happy birthday.
You are he's wishing a birthday to his wife, Robin.
Oh, great.
She's a gold and silver medalist in goalball.
In what?
Goalball.
Is that the one for people who are visually impaired?
Goalball. Let's see. Goalball for the blind?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah. It looks like it because you kind of line up in a line against a big net, and then oh, that's kind of cool.
I think she listens to the show and
potty since 2014.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, well, happy birthday. That's awesome.
And then Michael is wishing a birthday for his wife, Magali, Magali.
Sure.
Magali.
Yeah.
She is French from France. They've been married for 17 years. The quote or the question that I thought was interesting: if you could do anything in space, what would you do?
Somersaults.
Just for days.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't feel like you're actually going upside down.
I try to do it when I'm underwater. When I go underwater,
Oh, yeah?
I try to see how many somersaults I can do before I either inhale water or pass out or have to come up. And I think my record is 8.
Okay.
Like when I was
That's a lot.
younger. Yeah, I was younger. I keep going and going. Then I get dizzy. But yeah, I'd like to do that.
I think that I would just see. I know that the answer to how far I could jump would be unlimited.
Yeah.
I'm operating on the pretense that I'm on the moon where there's just a little bit of gravity.
Yeah.
I'd love to just do the whole jump
I wonder
run thing.
I wonder what the distance actually is. All right, well, you know what? Let's Google some more. How far can you jump on the moon?
Okay. Ow.
We're gonna change some things in the studio because I don't bring my computer into the studio. I never have it, and so I can't just quickly Google stuff. So I have to keep telling people to Google things. It's not like I'm demanding, but I have no way to look it up.
So it says that on the moon you can jump 9 feet in the air from a standing position compared to just 1.5 feet here on Earth.
Okay, then you have to have a basketball game.
Yes.
You have to have high jump. jump, like because if you can do it, like no one ever thought you'd be able to, slam dunk a ball that was, in a goal 10 feet high when basketball first started. But as people get better at the thing, the game gets elevated, or high jumping, the game gets elevated. So if you can already start with a baseline of 9 feet, so then you put the basket at about 20 feet and see what happens. Like,
the moon
awesome.
Seems like it would be perfectly built for like short people too, who've never been able to reach heights. Yeah. This is where we get to jump. Yeah,
that would be awesome. All right, let's do some weekend plans. Weekend plans. Everyone's got weekend plans. Betty Rock's already on her weekend. I guess we'll find out about what she did, which I can tell you right now. I did nothing. I slept till noon and had some puzzle time.
And she was very happy doing so.
And it makes her happy. Like that's how she recharges. I recharge by like building stuff. And like, so today, I got nothing done yesterday. So today I'm trying to get closer to finishing my stupid deck. And I can only work on it like for a couple hours here and there, and then certain days I can't even get to it.
Where are we at percentage-wise?
75%.
Oh, man, I thought you were further.
No, because I'm at all the finishing work, and the finishing work takes time. Like framing can go up fast because it doesn't have to be perfect, and you get it close and you put a bigger nail in it. But when you're finishing, you have to have all your tolerances right and stuff, and so it takes a lot longer. So yeah, I'm kind of at that point.
And it's about to get cold outside,
I know, that's the problem. So I'm trying to finish, and it's raining today, so I'm trying to do 2 big parts of it today, and then work on it a little bit tomorrow. So that's going to be my weekend.
Good luck.
What about you?
In about 6 hours, 7 hours.
Oh, yeah.
I get on a bus and go to some place in Indiana or Kentucky. I can't remember which one it is. And I'm going on this high school retreat with my church. I've been assigned as the small group leader, or one of 2 small group leaders with the senior boys for this trip. I will be sleeping in a twin-sized bunk bed with a bunch of young people.
Are you at least in a cabin, or are they tents?
I hear. Oh no, can't. We're in buildings.
Okay,
so I should be.
There should be some heat
in a room. There should be some heat, but it's going to be freezing this weekend. Yeah. So I'm hoping that room holds in a good amount of heat, because I'm not. I don't know if I'm going to go. We're buying twin sheets this week or today, a sleeping bag, like just stuff, because I don't want to be freezing cold while I'm there, but I also don't want to be that guy that like overpacks either and looks like he hasn't been on a retreat in a while.
You need 4 pairs of shoes, I know. And go get new shoes, and boots. Waders in case you're in the water.
I will say, because let me read to you the kind of like packing list that they sent us, because it does have something kind of cool attached to it. So it's the generic stuff: Bible, pen, bedding, bath towel, blah, blah, blah. Closed-toed shoes for camp activities, such as axe throwing and laser tag.
Nice. Oh, that'll be fun.
Like, if that's an option for the weekend, sounds like it could be fun.
We played laser tag recently at a retreat thing, and I hadn't played in 20 some odd years, probably back when I was in Orlando. A long time. And I'd forgotten how much fun it was.
Oh, it's the best.
I was like, I want to go play more laser tag.
Yeah, there's low stakes. You still get to, shoot people in a very fun way. Yeah. And it's just competitive.
I would do. Oh shoot! My friend just had back surgery. Like, she had a disc like replaced or something like that, and so she can't go run. So her husband is kind of taking care of her, so he can't go. So, but when they get better, definitely some laser tag.
There you go.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for your Aftercast for today. And as always, thanks for being a potty.